Now I would like to welcome Isratjan Irapu for company introduction. Irapu, do you hear me?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Please continue company overview.
Okay,
Please welcome.
sure.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello, good noon. Jahanira from Aspiratic Service and Solutions Limited. And thank you everyone for being here with us today. And we believe that you and your organization will be benefited from today's session. And today's webinar topic is internal threat mitigation and fraud prevention. And feel free to reach out to us for any kind of IT security and cloud security service. We would be happy to assist you. Before we move on the main session, let's have a quick overview of our company. Aspertech Service and Solutions Limited is a USA-based IT security and cloud security service provider. And we have two branches in Bangladesh. Our corporate office is in Naya Paltan, Dhaka, and our regional SOC office is in Bangabandhu High-Tech City, Kaliapur, Gazipur. And we currently have a team of 45 plus employees from 5 different countries working on IT and cloud security. And Aspiratic has been working on cybersecurity since 2011. And we have successfully delivered more than 35 IT security projects across the different countries, not limited to Bangladesh. And you will be happy to know that besides IT and cloud security services, Aspirtech also works on in-house security products development. And some of our developed products are Aspire SIM, Aspire Security Awareness Training Platform, Aspire Security Health Check Tool, Aspire Security Scorecard, Aspire GRC, Aspire Phishing Simulator. And many of you know that we built the first SOC center in Bangladesh in 2016 and moved to Bangabandhu High-Tech City, Kaliapur, Gazipur in 2020, which has been rebuilt and we are maintaining international standard. And basically from here, we provide 24/7 SOC support. We also do various cyber security related work, including threat intelligence, backup recovery, disaster recovery. And we have several talented pool of researchers who are in US, Europe, and some other countries, including Bangladesh. And we have some expertise who are experts on cyber security strategy, governance, and also they are working on risks and compliance. And now, if we talk about tools and technology, in that case, we are using SIM solutions of different companies, which are in the top position of Gartner, and as well as selling and providing service such as Splunk, Enterprise SIM, Microsoft Sentinel, IBM QRadar, Exabeam SIM. And also we are using DLP, PAM, next generation firewall, email security, IPS, IDS. And we have 100 plus partners across the globe, like Microsoft, Splunk, Rapid7, SARS Info, which is our today's main topic about SARS Info, and then know before, including many. And if we talk about our top 10 clients, you can see that we mainly work with banks and various financial organizations. They are our top client. And among them, you can see Ministry of ICT, Dhaka South City Corporation, Basic Bank, Islami Bank, Janata Bank, Bank Alfala. And also you see your experts are certified in various cybersecurity certifications like CISM, CISA, ISO, CISSP, Cisco, so on. And if I say now, why do you choose Aspertech? In that case, we have been working in cybersecurity world for 12 years. And besides, we are the first cybersecurity organization in Bangladesh. And we have conducted more than 120 workshops, more than 200 presentations on cybersecurity solutions in last 4 to 5 years. The SOC center that we have already mentioned, our SOC analysts are mainly working from different countries. And as you can see here is the picture of our SOC center, which is located in Bangabandhu High Tech City, Gazipur. And so thank you all. And if you have any question or opinion, please raise your hand or write in the chat box. We will discuss them in a Q&A session. And now I would like to welcome Elena Varol from Russia. She is now working as the international sales manager at SARS Inform. Hey, Elena, do you hear me?
Hi, yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing the
Yes,
floor.
yes.
Yeah,
Please continue your session.
yeah, so let me share my screen with you.
Sure. Please continue your session.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you.
of course. Yes, let me share. So here we are. Let me first of all thank you all for coming today. It's nice that you're joining us. It's nice that you uh, like to learn some more information about Search Inform company, about solutions we offer, about tasks which we solve for business and companies. Please feel free to ask questions on the way or afterwards. I will be happy to assist. Um, Search Inform is a risk management and information security software developer with more than 25 years in IT market and more than 15 years in risk management. So it all started with the development of our own search engine, and we turned out to be really successful in dealing with big amount of data, classifying files, searching, and uh, looking for the transferred files within the system. So for now, we have more than 3,000 clients in 20 countries in different regions. As you may see from the map, we operate in Latin America, in Europe, in African countries, in Middle East, and in Asia. So in Search Inform, we believe then more than 70% of threats companies dealing with, they are coming from the inner risks. That's why mostly in our solutions, in our business, we focus on the internal threat mitigation solutions. And we offer sort of a comprehensive approach to the information security. So with our products, you're able to solve tasks like, for example, data loss prevention, corporate fraud detection, time tracking and employee monitoring during business hours in the company. If you need to dig deeper, you're able also to investigate into the incidents that took place within the corporate system. Also, with the solutions of Search Inform, you're able to monitor usage of software and hardware within the system. Basically, we believe there are certain levels of the information security, and we are trying to help our clients to build the system of the security based on their needs and tasks need to be solved. So first and the basic level we are talking about here is the file system of the company. So there is a solution which helps to e-discover and classify data within the file system. So here we're talking about dealing with data at rest. All of us every day work with big amount of data. We're working with files, we're downloading, uploading something. Me personally, sometimes I just don't remember where I saved the files in the system, so I'm downloading them multiple times. So I'm not sure where I keep them, and I'm not sure what kind of operations I have done. Are they in open access to the company members or not? So those files, the file system need to be audited. And for that, we have solution called File Auditor. Well, practically, File Auditor was developed for the sort of automated file system audit. So first of all, if your companies dealing with big amount of data, first of all, you need to search all your system for those data. So you need to see sort of total number of files you have in it. You need to classify those data. Like some companies, they're not even sure what sort of sensitive data they have in the system, since they never done sort of audit for it. After you scan your system, you're able to classify the data, which is sensitive and which is not, which can be at the common open access and which is supposed to be classified just for the members of the, for example, financial team or the marketing team. You're able to keep this archive of the documents. So for example, if your working station was damaged, or if there is some trouble in soft or hardware, all the time you have an option to just, recover files, and critical data will not be lost. Also, with File Auditor, you're able to manage access rights to the files. For example, manager of the system able to set who can use those files, who is able just to read, or who is able to delete or copy or whatsoever. And you're able to see all the activities, all the logs within the file system using our file auditor solution. So at that stage, practically we offer the company to audit the entire file system to figure out what sort of sensitive data you have, who from the users, from the corporate workers can access to those files, and what sort of activities they're up to. So just once again, I'd like to share how we do it, how we scan your system to help you to audit files, to keep it transparent, to keep it effective and well controlled. So first of all, we are scanning the entire file system of the company. We are identifying what sort of data we have, which is critical and which is not. We're tagging those files, so it's also really convenient. It will be proceeded afterwards as critical. And then we audit access rights. So you're also able to manage and remanage who is going to use those files in what manner. Taking copies and get the history of logs in the system. So here at that stage, practically what do we have? We will have the folder tree of the entire file system of the company. So it's really great to audit what you have, who is doing exactly what at the system. It's also for the future will help you to prevent incidents or violations, because you just will see initially users, employees who is interfere, for example, in critical data they are not supposed to, and so on. So you will have number of critical data, total number of the files of the system. You will see the history of interactions, like all operations with the file. And also you're able to apply automatic or manual tagging to those files, which is really useful in future. So at that stage, we dealt with our data at rest. We audit the entire file system of the company. So already we know what sort of data we have and how we're supposed to proceed with it. And now, if you decide like that's not enough and you want to go further, you want to control how those files move within the system between users, between the employees of the company, how they altered and what sort of operations within the system took to them, we can move to the next stage. We can move to the next solution we're talking about here. It's our DLP system, which is a classic data leakage prevention software. DLP protects a company from like sensitive information leakage. DLP system monitors all popular data transfer channels. It's able to detect policy violations and provide reports to the person in charge of the information security in the company. So just once again, how it works, what functions does it have, what tasks does it solve for the company. Here we are monitoring all popular data transfer channels if we're talking about data in the motion here. So it can be email servers, corporate and web mails, messengers, most popular messengers like Viber, WhatsApp, and so on. Cloud services, which are really popular now, like uploading and downloading of different data is really a big amount of the corporate operations, and all devices which are used. So talking, for example, about devices, it's really useful function. It's like the most easiest way just to copy sensitive data on your personal memory stick and take it out of the company. So we're able to detect if unauthorized device is connected to the system, if person tried to copy sensitive data, like for example, some financial reports or maybe personal data of employees or some databases of the clients and something like that. We're able to detect it. It's up to you. You're able to block detection. You're able to encrypt data which will be copied, and just it depends on tasks you have. It depends on the company's policies. So our DLP system, it's like a classic agent to server based system which is able to intercept data transfer from different channels. And also it means that all those channels of the data transfer will be controlled. So here you're able to control information uploaded and downloaded via clouds, information uploaded with the FTP connection. We're able to check the browsing history. We're able to control printing devices within the system, which is also like the easiest way to steal sort of information, just print it out and take it off the company. So here, if you decide that that control of the data at rest is not enough and you'd like to go forward, you're able to move to DLP. So here, if you already used our product like file auditor, you have certain advantages you may benefit of, like there will be DLP system will work much faster since we have already audited the entire system of the company and we know what sort of data we have, what is critical and which is not, location in the system, users who have access to it, and so on. System will work smoother, let's say. There will be reduced amount of false positive. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have just the enhanced level of the protection. So as you can see, there is a seamless integration between search informed products. Systems, they work really quick and fast. There is a really fast implementation and fast configuration of the system. So for example, critical data tags from file auditor, they just able to migrate to DLP system. So at that stage, we managed our data at rest. So the company has already known the file system, what sort of data we have in it. We managed information transfer channels within the company. So we are able to control movement of data, where if we need, we're able to block actions, we're able to see and we're able to trace the movement of data, we're able to control our workers. By the way, if we are not like company are ready to move to the next stage, to our next product called risk monitor, we just can add here some, functions to control, time track, and monitor performance of the employees. We have another product called Time Informer for it, which helps to identify violators of working discipline, who arrive late, leave early, take frequent, coffee breaks or something like this. You're able to see what kind of applications employees are using, what sort of operations they're up to. For example, we have a task from a client like they're supposed to use YouTube for watching just educational videos. So we are not blocking usage of the educational videos, and we're able to see who was watching exactly what, but the entire YouTube channels are blocked. So we're able to give an access to a process specified by employee. We're able to see here what sort of operations users are up to. We are able to see here like the progress of the work. If you have some like unexpected drop in the efficiency, you can check a bit what happened, um, and you can control those ways the sort of um, the loyalty of the team members in the company. If it's not enough, or if you're ready to move forward, if you need some sort of investigation, if you need some sort of UBA functions for the company, we are happy to give you another product of ours, which is the Risk Monitor. So Risk Monitor is the most comprehensive internal threat mitigation platform, which provide companies sort of with a set of instruments for internal monitoring and investigation tools. So if you really feel like you need to investigate, to go deeper into incidents, if you have like the industry you're working in has that sort of needs, Risk Monitor is the best solution for you. So this software works with three main sources of information, which are text, video, and audio. And like a classic DLP system, it's collecting detailed information of users' activities. Like it's able to analyze those information based on the security policies and report violations to the person in charge. So here we have some functions of the data at rest monitoring. So we're able to audit our file system, and we're able to get, as I said before, the alerts of the potential threat before the incident even happened. Like you're getting the early warning signs at that stage of the intention. You're able to time track, so you're able to monitor employees during business hours, which is really useful for business, especially, for example, some companies, they have lots of remote workers now, or some outsourcers which are paid per hour. And here you have an option just to control the entire working process, which is really great. And it will also just cut the costs for the company. Um, Another feature of Risk Monitor, which it stands for, is UBA. So with UBA, we safeguard company against personnel risks and sort of analyzing employees' behavior patterns. So, for example, you are able to figure informal leaders of the groups. You're able to see connections within the company, like employees connections, who is talking to who's during working hours using, for example, messengers or Skype or so on. You're able to check the level of the subordination or the loyalty of the employees. Of course, if you need to analyze it, if you feel like your company have tasks for it. In Risk Monitor, we have a special set for the investigation, which is our forensic suite. So if you need to go deeper into incidents and like with the violations of the security policies of the company, with our solution, you're able to record audio of like user speech. You're able to record videos of users' actions. You can take a snapshots, and you are able to see the on-screen activity even in live of the users. You're also able to keep the history of the operations within the file system, history of the chatting, of all communication of each user. You're able to get out sort of report. So you will see everything for the period you chose, sort of devices, sort of software was used. So it's like really comprehensive set of tools for the investigations if you need to do it. Itself, Risk Monitor, it's a like sort of classic DLP solution based on the urgent system. So there are different modules. Each module controls its own information transfer channel. And in your company, in the corporate life, you're just able to choose which channels you would like to control, what sort of information you would like to get about usage of the software, of the users' activities, and so on. So we are flexible, and practically we are trying to help our customers to set the system based on their needs and demands. So just to give you an outlook on our functions, on our abilities, with Risk Monitor, you're able to control Skype, like all the information sent through chats, images, video calls. We are able to intercept the entire information transfer to the Skype. By the way, we were like one of the first companies in the world done it in 2012. So like think it will be not just Ali sent message to me or something like this. You're able to see the text. We are able to analyze those texts for the policies. So it's really a comprehensive search. Also, we are able to control corporate and web mail services. We have mail controller for it. So if somebody tried to connect their personal email and leak some information through it, we're able to discover password, we're able to see the mail history, and we're able to collect evidences to prove the incident took place if we need to do so. So both corporate and web mails will be controlled. We're able to control all data uploaded and downloaded from cloud storage services, like, for example, commonly used Google Disk, Dropbox, WeTransfer, and so on. We're able to control messengers. We have instant messenger controller for it. This is the module recording chats and also able to capture attachments from the messengers like Viber, Telegram, and WhatsApp, like the most used one. We're able to capture files and messages transmitted over HTTP protocols. So here we're able to discover browsing history of the user, forums, social media posting, and everything which was sent through the HTTP protocol. One of my favorite one and like really useful, device controller. So if the employee is trying to leak the information using the personal memory stick, First of all, you can block the section. You can just whitelist and blacklist devices within the system, so it will be not operated at all. But if in case you just decide to follow the user to see what he's up to, you're able to use encryption. So for example, if files were copied for the not corporate device, it will be encrypted and maybe not used outside of the company perimeter. Also in device controller, if you need, you're able to shadow copy the information. Like for example, if I connect my personal device to the system and there is my personal files, they will be also scanned for this corporate policies. So you can somehow see if I'm a potential risk to the company or if I'm, there is some threat to the corporate resources. FTP controller, which is the module capturing data sent through the FTP protocol. Program controller, which is one of the greatest one, as I believe, also controlling usage of the applications and programs in the company. So here, first of all, you can see the time of the usage, type of activities user is up to. You're able to group users within the system and get more than 30 reports on those processes. So there will be direct proof, for example, of the efficiency of the user and usage of the business resources during the working time. Also here we have functions like for the process blocking. For example, if you believe you need to block usage of some applications or programs or websites or whatever, you're able to do it here. And the part mostly devoted to the forensics, as I said before, like if you need to really investigate, if you need to get some evidences of the incidents, we have few modules, few controllers, which will provide you those evidences. Monitor controller takes screenshots and record videos of on-screen activity. Like for example, you're able to set it on schedule or by event or by process. For example, if I'm launching Skype, or for example, if I'm launching, let's say, the presentation, uh, online presentation or whatsoever, you're able to start live view. So just if you have some suspicious feeling like something's going on, you're able to check the particular user in the live mode. There is camera controller, which makes videos also scheduled, or you can set it by event. We are able with our software to let's say recognize phone in front of the cam. So it's happening a lot quite now. Some people are doing it, like just taking a picture of the secret information to take it out. So we are able to detect it as well with our soft. We are able to compare picture to the ID photo to identify the authorized user of the PC, which happens really quite a lot. And we also have a microphone controller, which is able to record audio. So we're able to recognize speech.
Hey,
Some
Alana,
were, yeah,
sorry for interruption.
yeah,
You have
sure.
3 minutes left.
I'm sorry.
You have 3 minutes left.
Oh,
Okay?
3 minutes. Okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
Just yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'm finishing up. So I hope it didn't take too long. So there is a microphone controller and ability to record the audio. Also, there is a keylogger which helps you to recover the typing history. And if you need, for example, to recover a password or so of the user, you're able to do it. So just, finishing up my presentation, I encourage you to use our trials to see functions we offer, to check our solutions, to comply them with your business, so you may see which level of information security is suitable for you, and we will help you to customize it just for your needs. Thank you, I guess, for the attention for now. I will be happy to answer questions if you have, or we may move forward.
Thanks, Elena, for your wonderful presentation. And now I would like to welcome Veronica Kadaj from Russia. She is now working as a implementation manager at SARS Inform. Hey, Veronica, can you hear me?
Hello, I can. Hopefully you
Yes,
also can hear me.
yes. Please show your slide and continue your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Um, okay, my task for today, hello everyone. My task for today is to show you on practice how those solutions that Helena presented in theory works. Basically, we will be talking today about three of them, about file auditor, about risk monitor, and about DLP system. I already demonstrated my screen. I hope that you will see it. Basically, if we are talking about every single product, all of them are agent based. So they all works under the same hidden service of agent. They are all managed within the same consoles. They are all used within the same consoles if we are talking about the possibility to work with the results of data that those products can collect. And basically, all of them, three of them, have two possibilities of control. All of them have some blocking capabilities and some analytical capabilities inside. We will start from the first product, from the product of File Auditor. And as I already told, File Auditor is an agent-based product that is in charge of tracking of correctness of file control of file storage. As our practice showed, there is no necessity to track all files kept in the company. That is why File Auditor is the product that works constantly. So in order to make the product work, you will need first to specify what documents inside of your company are considered as important. In my case, let's say I already have a rule that if you can see work automatically, and that specifies that in my case, in my company, the document can be considered as the document for commercial offer in case if inside of it there is the key phrase quotation number, and if this file is stored on the given directory, and also if it is the file of PDF type in my case. So anyway, you will need to specify somehow what kind of files are considered as critical. And the system, once it will recognize the file, put the given tag on the file. In my case, it would be the tag of commercial offer, and will make one of two actions with this very file. The system can make an audit. So just to show you the path to the file that is considered to be critical. Or the system can also make a shadow copy and to show you the text on the file. In my case, the shadow copy was enabled. That is why I will have the possibility to show or to see the text. After the file will be found, or files will be found after the file storage would be scanned invisibly and automatically, the system will give me the possibility to track all the information about the file on the given way. So I will have the tag put on the file, and enabling the search by this tag, I will see the file itself with this very shadow copy with the text inside. What is more, the system will give me the possibility to extract the text out of the file and to highlight those keywords that became like a trigger to put the tag on the file. So there is really the phrase of quotation number inside of this file. Also, the system can track operations made with the file tagged. That is why once I can see that there is the file of commercial offer inside of the file's path, I could also enable the search by operations, well, not selected, or some specific operations to be searched, and to see the results. So as you can see, there are several actions made by administrator on the PC test Win10 on the given processes with the given content. So someone tried to read the file in Acrobat, to read the file in Skype, Chrome, etc. Some of these operations were blocked because we can see that the access is denied. Some were not. So we also can track this. The reading passed successfully. And also, especially when the file is stored on network folders or on servers with some possibilities of access to the file by several users, it would be really important to know who potentially could have an access to the file. That is why on File Auditor we have an option that allows us to read access rights to the folders where the files with the critical content are stored. In my case, it is desktop with the commercial offer inside, and I can see some users lists with the description of those rights that those users could have inside of the folder and could have with this very file. So all of them have full access. That means that every of them could copy the file, could change access rights, and so on and so forth. This automatical tagging I am demonstrating right now is the kind of invisible tagging as I told. So if you use it contextually, you may know that the user wouldn't know um, about your control. So the agent is a hidden storage. The tag is also invisible. It is not seen inside of properties and so on and so forth. The tag is put automatically, so a user wouldn't know about the existence of the agent inside of his PC. But if it is okay for you to give a person know about to give a person the information about the existence of this system, you additionally could use so-called manual data classification inside of the company. This manual data classification is the visual form of classification of the file seen inside of Microsoft Office applications that will allow your users to tag and to classify a file by himself. But the work with these tags will be the same as for the automatical ones. So you could make a shadow copy, you could read some access rights, and you could track some operations with files. Also, on the level of file auditor, we have some blocking features. Specifically, file auditor could block the file sending by these very labels. So in case if it is inside of the file in every single applications. These applications could be ones out of the list that is now demonstrated on the screen, or it can be some new application added manually. So anyway, it would be possible to prohibit a file sending via different applications. Specifically, in my case, browser sending and Skype sending of files with commercial offer is prohibited. That is why when we tracked operations with the files, we saw some access denied operation because the blocking rule is also enabled. The next product we will be talking about is the product of DLP. On the same way as for the file auditor, DLP system have two options of work. It would be some blocking options and analytical options as well. For DLP, there would be two types of blockings to be applied. The first type of blocking is the global blocking. Under the global blocking, I mean the global prohibition of access to the object, let's say to the process. In my case, Zoom application is denied. That is why no one couldn't even open the application because the global blocking is applied. On such a way, globally, we could block an access to processes, websites, Bluetooth equipment, and different devices like phones, USBs, and so on and so forth. Additionally to the global blocking that could be made, also exists the possibilities to enable the blocking by content. This blocking do not block the object by itself. Let's say in my case it is Gmail, so an access to Gmail will be available. But if someone will try to send messages or files with the keyword secret inside, a person who is trying to send the file would be blocked directly on the moment of file sending. So all another files, all another messages would be sent except from the one with the keyword secret inside because the action is denied here. On such a way, contently, we could block an access to websites, messengers, USB devices, corporate outgoing emails, and data that is printed. There also would be the possibility to block printing by content. Additionally to this, when the data is not blocked, when it is sent, the agent will intercept this data and will show it to us on pretty clear way in two formats. It would be the format of automatical monitoring, automatical search, and it would be the format of manual search and manual monitoring of data that is sent or received. When we are talking about the DLP, we usually start working with the automatical tracking and automatical monitoring via the console that is called Alert Center. And basically, when we are talking about the DLP channels, we mostly would be interested, again, not about all files sent or received by the channels that are supported, but only about those ones that include some important information inside. That is why Alert Center works constantly via some search criterions to be found inside. It can be a phrase search. So once someone is trying to, let's say, to include to specify a keyword inside of the file, or if someone is receiving the file with the keyword inside, then the person will know about this. Let's say if inside of the file there is the keyword of contract, then the system will notify you about this fact, will send you an alert via email, and you would just pay attention to this very fact. Also, the system could track file by text inside. So in this case, you just copy the text of the file to be found and the system track it. Also, system can notify you about some attributes that exists inside of the interception. Let's say if the email is sent from some competitive company mail account, then we at least want to know about this. And also the system can send some notifications about personal data that is sent via supported channels. For tracking and for monitoring the personal data inside of the interception, we use regular expressions based on this very, well, personal data description formulas like credit card number or passport details and so on and so forth. In my case, I already have a policy that is set up to send the notifications automatically. In my case, the policy is already set up for tracking of personal data based on regular expression for UK phone number. And the system will scan all incoming and outgoing traffic via the following channels like mails, messengers, printers, devices, and so on and so forth. The system scans this policy by the schedule every 2 hours, and as you can see, there is the possibility to set up the notification recipient for some incidents. Though the data that the agent could scan can be encrypted, we receive and see the data from agent on the decrypted way, so we could clearly understand the text of the message, all necessary attributes about the channel, the information about the channel itself, and so on and so forth. So all information would be there. And as well as for file auditor, there is this feature for highlighting words. That is why we will always know why the incident is here. So there are really some UK phone numbers inside of the intercepted email. That is why it was tagged like the incident. The main idea of the alert center here is to notify you about some potential kind of important data inside of the interception. But what alert center cannot do is to give you the deeper understanding of why the file was sent or whether there are some another conversation between two people. So when you have some questions regarding the interception, Alert Center will not reply these questions to you. Specifically, that is why we have the second console of Analytic Console. Analytic Console is the console that is in charge of manual search and, if more specifically, of the investigation of some important incidents inside of our databases. That is why when we can see the file with important information inside, here it is, I can also track via my analytic console that basically the file or the message also included a text. And thanks to this, I could see that there was some conversation before. So as you can see, here it is. What I also can do via Analytic Console is to build the full correspondence history in between my people. There is the instrument over there. So that is why, thanks to the Analytic Console, I would know not only what happened before the file sending, but also what happened after. In my case, if you can see, they wanted to reply positively that the information is interesting. Then Paul sent the file, and then they wrote like, I will email you in the nearest future or when we can get the rest, etc., etc. So we could read all correspondence history. Also, we may be curious about what happened with the file afterwards. Maybe it was sent by another channel to another people and so on and so forth. And again, Analytic Console give us the instrument that is called content route that give us the possibility to see all movement of the file inside of our databases. So this very file for not set period of time for all channel was sent only once from Young to Oholamacti. But finally, even if you will suspect that the file could be changed in the moment of its transferring, the system have an instrument, the instrument called similar content search, that will allow us to track not only this very file, but also the changed versions of it via the relevancy. So you specify the text, you specify the percentage of similarity of the file, you specify necessary channels of control, and the system shows you not only the movement of our own original file, so here it is, but also of some files similar to that original one. Here it is, sent from the same user, approximately at the same period of time from the same PC with pretty much the same content inside. So that is what is the major point of this analytic console. It helps us to investigate the incident that seems potentially important. Okay, and the last product, the product of risk monitor. The risk monitor is the product that have all DLP channels inside. So it will also have this alert center. It also will have this analytic console. It also will have some blocking features inside. But Risk Monitor, additionally to these tools, will have the reporting tools inside that will specify you two more interesting data. The first one is the data about the activity. So the system will build you some reports based on users' activity on different processes and websites. They could be combined by groups. They could be listed website to website. It depends from settings. But what you could do there is to group the report, drill it down, finally even to go to search for track data in more details. So all these reports are quite dynamic with again the possibility of no investigation. So I saw PokerStar. I want to know who was active there, what date was it the lunchtime, what actually happened, and the search is here for reply. So we can see that there was only one user played. It was on the daily basis. PokerStar was launched approximately 30 minutes per day on the lunchtime, but nevertheless, it was the activity that is pretty tricky. Probably it would be better to block it. And on the same way as for Program Controller, Risk Monitor will additionally give you the module called Monitor Controller. Monitor Controller is the screenshot collection tool that will allow you to track more evidences in case if any. So if some potentially important activity was tracked by the system, it would be additionally collected in form of the screenshots to prove it. And finally, Risk Monitor have one more instrument, is the instrument of current activity. So this is the online tracking that will help you to track both activity of processes and websites with Windows titles and graphics. This is the functionality of Program Controller, but, but made online. And this is the activity of Monitor. So again, thanks to the monitor controller, you will have the possibility to connect the user monitor in online regime and to track what is going on. The online activity is not recorded to the database, so all recording will pass in accordance with monitor controller settings, but nevertheless, there is the recording button. So if anything really critical is passing there, you will have the possibility to record it additionally as one more additional evidence to the one that is collected by the agent. Basically, this is it for my part for the demonstration. Maybe you have some questions regarding what was showed.
Hi, Sakawato-san, sir. Welcome our presentation. If you have any question, you can ask us. I give you a mic access. Thank you, sir. You can access. You have access. Shakatusan sir, do you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Veronica, for your nice presentation. Is there any trial version so that we can use and understand clearly, and also we can convince our higher authority to use this software? Thanks.
Okay, no, maybe my colleague wants to reply, but anyway, I will start. We usually give 30 days trial period to study the functionality, in case if it would be interesting for you.
I would like to request Mr. Alex Pinchuk. Do you hear me? He now he's continue our QA session.
Yes,
Hi,
please.
Alex. Hear me?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm online. My name is Alexei. I'm the head of international business development for Search Inform, and I would be happy to answer any of your questions if you still have any. Feel free to ask them now, or if you will make up one later on, feel free to send them across to us directly or to our partners, Aspire Tech, who will forward them to us if need be or answer them for you themselves. Please, any questions? As my colleague Veronica mentioned, we are able to give a 30-day free trial of any product from our product range. Apart from the mentioned ones, we also offer the Time Informer loan and our own information security event management system, SIEM. We also deliver one ourselves to the market. So apart from the ability to try AspireTech CM, you could also try ours if you want to compare it to any other solution. Any other questions, please?
Dear audience, I think you hear me. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Then we access you for microphone. Then, if any problem, you can put a message in the chat box that we can discuss about that. Mr. Alex would answer you if you have any question. Mr. Sakaudusan sir asks us for trial version. Mr. Alex answered in very soon. Then anyone, if any you have any question, please raise your hand. We will give you access for microphone. Thank you. Mr. Sakaudusan sir, we will contact you with you very soon. Don't worry. Our team will contact you if we have your contact information. I think we have your contact information. We will contact you very soon.
Yeah, Mr. Istiagan has requested to share the files. I'm sure AspireTech team will take care of this. We will share all the files necessary with you. Well, I guess there is no more questions. So AspireTech team, feel free to wrap up the session.
Yes, if no questions rise in time, we can wrap up the session. Dear audience, thanks for joining with us. We'll contact with you soon. Thanks for joining with us. Hi, Alex. Thank you. Hi, Alex. We seen questions or hand raise, Mr. Shamim. Uh, Sir, I will give you access soon. Shamim, sir.
Mr. Shamim,
Hi,
please.
Shamim, sir. You have
Yes,
access for
thank you so
microphone.
much. Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much. It was a great learning for me. I learned a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye,
Yes,
everybody.
you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Elena Beryl. Thank you, Bernike Kadach. And thank you, Mr. Alex, for joining with us. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.